Hello, and welcome to a cold January day if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, and welcome to my channel. My name is Debbie, and I'm a mixed media artist, and I had made myself a promise this year, not quite a resolution, but a promise that I would do some more on my YouTube channel this year and sort of develop that a little bit more with some short videos, mixed media things, all the stuff we love to see, art hall swatchings, the works. Like I said, I'm a mixed media artist, so I use everything I can get my hands on. I absolutely love pencils and markers and paints. I love gouache, I love acrylic, I love the whole lot. And just recently I've been loving soft pastels, and that's what I want to talk about today, is some of my favorite things and a problem that I had to get over, because I don't like the dust on them, I'm not going to lie. I thought, right, well, that was challenge number one, and I found a way around that. And I don't like the fact that I can't layer things the way I like to, because I'm not really a very loose painter. I tend to like fine details, and I'll show you in a bit. Please excuse my incredibly used looking sketchbook here, but I shall show you what I mean in a second. And you know, I really wanted to use them in my work because I love them. I love the effect, and I wanted a soft, smoky underlayer to put my mixed media over the top of. And I thought, well, it's got to be pastels, and we've got to work this out. So I'm very happy to say I have actually met all the challenges there, and I've found a way around them. I won't go into huge detail today because it's just a taster. But if you are interested and you like what I'm doing and like the way I'm doing it, I've put a link to my Patreon in the description box, and you can see more there, see the full tutorial, see all the tricks and tips and everything like that. Like I said, I'm actually almost about to put that video up. So yeah, let's cut to the chase. However, let's see if I can do this without bumping the camera. This is an example of what I do and how I like to work. Sorry about the shine there. I love all these layers, but I really love the softness that you can get with pastels, and you can't get that with a lot of other things. I like the fact that it's kind of confusing, because at the same time as not liking the dust on my fingers, I love the fact that I can smudge them with my fingers, which is exactly how I've done some of these effects here. This one here as well, and I think, oh yeah, these were my tutorials last week. This one here as well. You know, just really soft, really lovely sort of stuff. And pastels, have to have pastels. But unfortunately, I also have to have, and this is an absolute need, I have to have all these other things over the top of them. So let me find pages here. Another couple of examples here. Soft, blobby trees, and as you know, when you look through winter trees and you know there are no leaves on them, but you can still see colours where there's a tree shape, and because the little branches sort of come together at a distance, they look like if they're sort of more solid than they actually are. And pastels are the way to go here. Here in the foreground too, softness. So I thought, right, have to actually do this. And then I thought, well, I will show you some of my favourite pastels that I really like to use, and what I might do with them. This is all from my Patreon tutorial, so please excuse the fact that it's sort of started, but I can go on and develop this a bit more. I love these handmade soft pastels by Mungayo Gallery. I've also got a couple of Schmincke, some Sennelier, some Rembrandt, a couple of other bits and bobs as well. So they're all really nice. And what I love about them is the fact that they are blendable and soft. And that softness, you can get that to, even on this cheap paper. This is 140 GSM paper, and this is my demonstration sketchbook. But they're just so lovely and soft and layerable. But what I was worried about, and this is, like I said, one of the things that I've addressed, was the fact that I like to layer things over the top. And some of the things I like to use are coloured pencils. This is just one example. This is the Derwent Drawing Chinese White, which is a great white pencil. I love Lyra. I love Tombows. These are both Lyra, but I have Tombows as well. So I love to put these into my pictures. And I love my markers, Liquitex markers, all sorts of other, gosh, I've got a whole tray here and there are about 5 or 6 different brands, but Liquitex is a funny one because a lot of people don't like it because it's not very opaque, whereas I love it because it's not opaque, because it creates texture. And when you think about barns, sides and houses and walls and bridges, roads, anything where you might have stones and rocks and texture, a pen that doesn't cover brilliantly is fabulous for that. So yeah, don't not get them because they don't cover in an opaque way. But then again, I tend to do most of my work in quite a washy, sort of muddy, you might say, way. Some of my, I think, you know, with gouache, some of the things I do with gouache, they could look muddy in some people's eyes. If you like flat color and blocky areas, this is not the style. But I'm guessing you're here because you're a mixed media person or would like to improve or start that. This is a Pentel brush pen and it's got a food nib, and I love those because these are great for doing trees with and so forth like that. So, you know, I wanted to be able to go over the top of these very, very dusty pastels but not ruin my pencils and pens. Pencils not, but these markers will not put up with dust. So just brilliant how I can now turn this, what was actually an abstract blob with no sort of direction at all. As you can see, it is possible to go over the top of them and use them as a mixed media substrate. And I'm not going to lie, I looked on YouTube at the time and I thought, well, somebody else must have had this problem. But to be honest, there weren't a lot of examples of where mixed media and soft pastels were going together. I mean, lots and lots of Neocolor and things like that, but nothing much. A bit of a fence in there. Nothing much in the soft pastel sort of range. So I thought, well, I need them. They create the atmosphere in my pictures that I want. So yeah, we've got to have them. Honestly, shout and tell me if you're sick and tired of watching winter trees. I could do this all day. It's so relaxing. But I think you get the idea. And I love the fact that you can bring other things in. The pencils go over the top of them. And like I said, these have been, there are layers here, which if you're interested in that, I don't want to make this too long, but if you're interested in that, then do come and have a look and see what we're doing. This is a Lyra Aqua Brush Duo in dark sepia, and you can put some just different bits and pieces, leaves, maybe a bit of a bush there, and you can smudge them out over the top. Rather hiding my fence post, but it doesn't matter. And darken the bottom up there, give it some depth. And what else have we got over here? Let's try a yellow one of these to give the top of these a little bit of colour. I have no direction in mind here at all. I'm basically just finding trees in the blobs that I've made. And just grabbing pencils at random. This one's a Derwent Lightfast. And as you can see, they all do what you want them to do. So that's sort of what I've done. Don't want those lines in there. Let me just give one of these a shake to mix them up, and I can show you the texture here. This one's almost run out, I'm afraid, but you get the idea. I love the atmosphere that you can get with these pastels, but I needed to have this tight ability to paint tight detail over the top. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below, and like I said, please subscribe and remember to leave a like if you enjoyed what you've seen here. And if you like this sort of video, this is basically what I do on Patreon. It's chatty, it's informal, it's me doing lots of ums and so forth. I don't edit because I want it to feel like if you're sitting in the room with me. And you can't edit a teacher or put music over the top or put it on time lapse. So I'm just doing it as if we were just sitting here together doing art. But this is the sort of thing that I show. So if you would like to see more, I would absolutely love to have your company. Like I said, link in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope you have plenty of happy arting time wherever you are. Talk soon. Bye.